ChrispmasCon 2020. I'm Jax.
Hey guys, I'm Shawl, and Jax and I are from Hallmark Channel's Bubbly Sesh podcast. We're so excited to be doing the final panel for this Christmas time weekend, and what a panel it is. So excited to have you guys, Autumn, Nikki, Jesse, and Andrew. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Before we dive in, ChristmasCon fans, you know you can still get your one-on-one virtual chats with our stars, your personal video appearance, and autographs by going to thatstoreentertainment.com. It'll be scrolling on the bottom. And before we dive into all the Hallmark goodness, just see Dancing with the Stars Metcalfe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was all over the internet today.
That was weird.
What's happening?
Total rumor.
It's not true.
Nope.
So awesome.
So many lies.
We've got Nikki and Andrew. I mean, you guys are working on a movie together right now as we speak, which is so exciting.
Hey, Jackson Shaw.
I know, it's really exciting.
We're so excited because we feel like, well, even though Andrew just dipped out because he's like getting his phone, we will have him.
He thought he had wrapped the movie last night just a second ago, so it's like doesn't surprise me. He was like, "We're wrapped," and I'm like, "No, Andrew, we've got like 2 more weeks of the movie to do."
Well, Shawl and I were joking before this panel that we were going to be the 5th and 6th wheel of what was a Hallmark Channel double date because Autumn and Jesse have worked together so many times, and Nikki and Andrew worked together so many times. So we're so excited to dive in and talk about all of that excitement when we get Andrew back. But Nikki, you're working on a movie right now with Andrew while he's fixing his phone. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's called Sweet Autumn. Autumn.
Hey.
The whole time I'm filming this, I'm like, why isn't Autumn doing this movie? Like, it would be perfect. And it's actually it's for HC. So I've done a couple of Hallmark movies and mysteries recently. So it's kind of fun to go back into straight up rom-com. That's been really fun. And I play Maggie and he plays Dex. And there's a candy store. And
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Are you back?
I'm back.
Andrew,
Hello.
you're back just in time to tell everyone what our movie's about.
Great. So
What was the sound?
I don't want to cut you off. Where were you?
Talking about candy. We were talking about candy.
Candy.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Do you guys? I can't hear Andrew.
You can't hear me?
No. Well, we can. I can hear you.
Andrew.
Nikki was telling us about the movie that you're shooting right now, Sweet Autumn, that Autumn should be there for. That's what we.
So can you hear me though?
I can.
All right.
Woo!
You can't hear me.
Yeah, Nikki can't. But we're just sort of chat with us, Andrew, about how's it been working on it.
Well, I have to struggle through my working with my co-star, but outside of that, no, it's been amazing. It's a fall harvest movie, and fall is my favorite time of year. It's starting to feel that way in Winnipeg as well. It's getting cool, and the leaves are just starting to change. And the movie's about I make maple syrup. So I'm from Montreal, Canada. It's like one of my staples. I always have. I carry around. I joke. I carry around like my own little to-go maple syrup bottle. I won't have French toast in any restaurant if it's not real maple syrup. It's like, yeah, exactly. Just little swigs of my syrup, and no, but it's my father and I own a farm, and there's this matriarch of the town that passed. And her name is Aunt Dee, and Aunt Dee left her estate. She broke up her estate to different people in the town, and the candy shop has been left to myself and Maggie, who is played by Nikki DeLoach's character, and we have to figure out ways to work with each other. And it's trying, at the very beginning, and we I'm sure you know what happens next.
Yeah.
In the movie, but
Well, it sounds like it's got like all the makings of like a great fall harvest movie, which is again really exciting, and it's going to be premiering really soon, like in a few weeks. So can't believe you guys are almost done with it. Autumn, I have to say, selfishly, I'm such a fan of yours, and so I mean, I just kind of like gush on you for a second because I just love all of the projects that you do. And you and Jesse both, I mean, A Country Wedding, I think is like one of the #1 movies that like fans love. And then Christmas Under the Stars last year too. So how is it working on those movies and just, you know, being part of the Hallmark family?
Oh my gosh. I feel so lucky that we've gotten to do 2 movies together. That was such a nice surprise last summer when Christmas Under the Stars came around and we got to work together again. I think we have a really good working relationship together and a friendship, and it just makes it so much nicer when you can like really get along with your co-star. And yeah, we had such a good time on it.
Such a good time.
Jesse got really territorial of me of Autumn last year when I said I'd like to do a movie with her. He's like,
by the way, I still can't hear Andrew. I have no idea what Andrew is saying. I see his hands doing like this. So like, Andrew, you could be saying some crazy stuff on the other side of there about what is going down in Winnipeg.
Nikki actually loves this. She loves that she can't hear me right now. She's been hearing me for too long this week.
Be mindful. And I will watch playback.
You heard it here. Oh my goodness, Andrew. Wait, so we have some fan questions coming through. Oh, this is fun. This is a fun fan question for all of you. Did you perform in any high school plays? This is from Jean. So this is about high school theater. Did you ever perform in any high school plays?
I did. I started in community theater when I was 7. And so I grew up doing the summer plays every summer and then did them in high school too. I never got leading roles though. I was always like in Cinderella, I was like the butler guy, playing like these, like I was usually in the chorus most of the time because I didn't have a huge amount of confidence in my singing. It made me really nervous, and I'd never had private singing lessons. But yeah, I did grow up doing theater. Yeah.
I did. Well, I did Midsummer Night's Dream at my high school play, and we had one of the most renowned theater directors in Canada. Fortunately, at the high school that I was going to, John Whitman, and he had this scarf, and he was this fabulous guy. And we did like 4 months of rehearsal, and it was like the longest rehearsals I'd ever done or never thought I would do for a high school play. And that immediately got me hooked to theater, which I unfortunately haven't been able to do a lot of, but it got me, you know, it kind of really triggered the acting bug in me.
Cool.
I've never done theater in my life. And I didn't do any high school plays. The acting program in my very small prep school that I went to was called Thespians. And yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, I had, no desire to act at that time in my life, and actually thought Thespians just sounded dorky, you know?
It does sound dorky.
But I did do the cover. They did Rumors, the play Rumors, and I drew the cover of the playbill for them. When I was very into like drawing and painting and art, but not acting yet. Yeah.
Can I just say that for all the high school fans that are watching, I really like thinking about the juxtaposition of Jesse Metcalfe being like, that sounds dorky. And then we've got Autumn in her little like butler outfit, and then boom ahead.
No, it's amazing. We should just talk about like high school, the entire chat here, because it's just so illuminating. People's high school experiences and stuff.
Nikki, what about you? Did you do any high school theater?
I was already doing on location education, so I actually didn't get to go to a normal high school. which is, I don't even know if that's sadder than all of it.
Mickey Mouse clubbing it up.
Yeah, and touring, like, and singing with Britney Spears, and so you were living a different type of high school life.
I need to hear more.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Nikki's like a quadruple threat.
I want to hear about the backup singing with Britney Spears.
It feels like another life ago. Like really, I sometimes I'm like, wow, was I really in a pop music group? Yeah, actually I was.
So you opened for Britney Spears.
Yeah, but originally Britney was in the group because Britney and I were on Mickey Mouse Club together, and after the music group had formed, not that long after, Lou Pearlman, who we were signed to, kind of plucked her. Jive Records was looking for a 15-year-old young Debbie Gibson, but who could dance and perform. And it was like Britney was perfect. She's so talented. Yeah. And so she left and went and signed a solo deal with Jive Records. And then that was it. I mean, wow. And then we ended up opening up for her. Yeah. On tour.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Love that so much, Nikki. This is a question for everyone as well, holiday related. What is your favorite holiday tradition that you had from growing up, and your favorite with your children? So maybe there's one that you grew up with that you passed on, or
I know mine was going to see the Christmas lights. Yeah, we would drive and and park too, and get out of the car and look at everyone's lights and critique them. And, oh, I really love this house. Oh my God, and then there was like always the person that just like way overdid it, and just which we kind of touched on that in one of the Christmas movies I did, Christmas Next Door. How sometimes people over decorate. Now it may be annoying, that can be, but it's I was into Christmas lights when I was a kid.
I love that.
It was music with my family. For me, it was my aunt plays. Well, my mom is an incredible pianist. My aunt was a music teacher. My uncle is a trumpet player and vocalist. My cousins, one cousin's in England, she's an opera singer. My other cousin was in Broadway, and so just all of us getting together for different holidays. But Christmas specifically, we would just we would all congregate around the piano. So I'm trying to I have my eldest son is 5, and I'd love for him to play piano to take on the tradition and just so he loves it. We have a piano in our family room, and he kind of goes on it just by himself. I haven't forced anything just yet, but I definitely
yeah, you got to force him. You got to force him to do it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna force him. I'm gonna force him to do it. I did a movie with Alicia Witt, and I was like, Alicia, how old were you when you first started? And she's like, I started when I was 7, and it didn't feel like that was too, or it was just like the perfect time where I wasn't too young. I wasn't forced into it. I really loved it, and she's an incredible pianist. I mean, she's
wow.
So yeah, that's my favorite traditions.
Love that.
I think mine was making Christmas cookies. We had specific cookies that we would only make during Christmas time. And so I do that with the boys every year, although I can't say that I love it, because as an adult, it's not nearly as much fun as when you're a kid and like making a big mess. As an adult, you're just chasing sprinkles around the floor and telling them like not to use so much like frosting. It's kind of like a disaster as an adult, but I'm committed to it. And so I do it every year regardless. Yeah.
At least you get to eat them after. That's the best part. What about you, Nikki?
I just always loved Christmas Eve. Our family, we had the same meal every Christmas Eve. We always got together, the extended family, all of us on Christmas Eve. And just, it's super simple. And there's, nothing, spectacular in terms of, we didn't do anything that, other families didn't do. It was just the fact that we were all together. And I think that that's the part I love the most. And then with my kids, something new that we added in, which has become our favorite thing to do, is Children's Hospital of Los Angeles has this program where you can adopt a family. and fulfill their Christmas list, because there's a lot of families that spend Christmas in the hospital. And so, you know, the kids or however many siblings, mom, dad, they make up a list and you get to go and fulfill all the things. And then I take Hudson. I've been taking him with me for the last, you know, couple years doing it. And we wrap them all up and then you go and drop them at the hospital. It's just, it's become one of our favorite things to do. It just gives us so much joy just to know that like the kids are waking up on Christmas morning and they're going to have Christmas, you know? Oh, that's the best. It just makes, I can't even.
I love that. And it's such a great way to actively be involved in giving back and sharing that joy. We've got a great question from everyone from a fan named Paula.
Hey, Paula.
All of you guys are about to do one-on-ones with people that are excited to talk to you. She wants to know for you guys, if you could have a one-on-one with anyone, dead or alive, who would you choose and what would you ask them?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There's not one question I can tell you what I would. I mean, like, I don't even know where I would start, but it would be her.
RBG.
RBG to the end of time.
I know.
Anybody else? Autumn?
I would do Frank Sinatra. I'd probably pick Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that's a good one, Andrew.
And I don't know what I would ask him. Man, I just would want to hang out with him
and smell him.
Yeah, I just want to smell. I want to smell him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not weird, right? I want you to meet Frank Sinatra and then tell me how he smells.
Well, one day we'll all meet him. We'll all meet him one day, I'm sure. Big show going on up there somewhere.
I know.
This is so hard.
I know.
Mine would be like, you know, Marlon Brando maybe, or like Jimi Hendrix. Those are two of my heroes.
Jimmy would be cool.
Jimmy, yeah.
Oh my God. Maybe Gloria Steinem for me. Maybe Gloria Steinem.
That's a great
yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing. All of those are so great. We have a question about a Christmas movie. What is your favorite Christmas movie non-Hallmark? There's like a Christmas classic that you love.
Home Alone for me.
Yeah, I think I'm the same with Jesse.
What did you guys say? What is it?
Home Alone.
Home Alone. The soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
The soundtrack of Home Alone. Oh. Yeah.
I said that to my boys last year for the first time.
Did you see Macaulay Culkin's tweet the other day?
No.
He goes, if you want to feel old, I just turned 40.
Oh.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, wow.
He was amazing in that movie. What a talented kid. What a talented guy. Yeah.
That is, Jesse.
Okay, moving on.
Home Alone's really good. Home Alone is always watched. Elf is always watched. I love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Always watched. Some of those are some of my favorites. Yeah. Miracle on 34th. I can't really pick.
Yeah.
Autumn, you pick.
I mean, I'm gonna go with Home Alone. We haven't like really started the Christmas movie watching tradition. We mostly what I do is Christmas books. So I have a bunch of the Christmas books and I wrap them all up individually, and then we get to open one each day and read a different Christmas book. So I've started that part of the tradition. We just haven't gone into the movie side of things yet.
Those are all great. They're really, really good.
We've got a question from Karen. She wants to know, are there any co-stars you haven't worked with yet that you want to do a movie with?
Andrew. I want to work with Andrew. We really want to work together.
Yeah, we're trying to figure this out.
It's going to happen.
What's this, Jesse? What's this?
No,
he doesn't. Yeah, he's territorial over. Yeah, he's like, no, man, you got to talk to me about that. How you going to treat her?
You know what I think would be cool that I mean, they kind of did. They really haven't done this. I would like to do a Hallmark Christmas movie with like another girl. Like the cool thing about Christmas Con was getting to actually hang out with a lot of my girlfriends that are on the channel. Like I get to see, you know, all my guy friends because I get to act opposite of them, like Andrew or Michael. And but I don't get to act with my girlfriends. So it would be cool if they would like, you know, there can still be the boys and the romance and stuff, but it would be really fun if I could do another one of these with like another Hallmark leading lady. That would be awesome.
Oh, I'd be totally, that would be awesome.
Or a bunch of us. Just throw like 10 of us in there.
Yeah, like a Love Actually style.
Yes.
One in
That's
the movie.
it. Like, yes. But which also awesome Christmas movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we just had Tori DeVito and Drew Seeley on the last one right before Christmas, which is another Hallmark movie, sort of similar to Love Actually. They have all these different storylines. So
oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a really fun movie. This is a great one for all of you from Debbie. Which character have you played that you are most different from or most alike?
Not Hallmark related, right?
Yeah, I think it can be anything, any project that you've done. So if that makes it harder, or if Hallmark helps you narrow it down.
No. I'm the most different from. I played a neo-Nazi skinhead, so it's probably pretty easy one to pick. So that I'm the most different from, and
That's really.
Every Hallmark movie I played is a little version of myself. So I think that, like, you know, there's always a little bit of everything in me in every Hallmark movie that I do. So, yeah, I'm very like myself in most of the movies that most of the Hallmark movies that I play in.
Yeah, I have the same answer. They're all a small part of me in some degree. Like, I think that's part of the fun part about working for Hallmark is really getting to bring your heart to it and a big part of yourself to these roles. And I have a similar, like, least like me. I played one of the Tremor family in, I'm going to forget the name of it, but my name was AK-47. And I was just like a total psychopath with a gun the whole movie. God, I can't remember the name of the movie now. Smoking Aces 2. That was it.
Smoking Aces 2.
What was it, Autumn? What was the movie?
Smoking Aces 2. I played one of the great drummer family. Yeah, I got killed at the end. Deservedly so.
Nikki, Jesse, either one of you have one? Or
yeah, I played an ex-military who was an addict because she had been sexually assaulted in the military. That was really far from my life, for sure. I mean, a privilege to play that and bring that story to life. But that took some real digging. And probably Love to the Rescue, I would say. That specific character in that movie, that's very much how I am, you know.
Love that movie.
I can't find anything, but I know exactly what I want. But just like may not get there with, you know, the right clothes on or makeup on. Or I got to set yesterday and realized that I still had a face mask on my nose that I had slept in. And I had just walked around all morning and saw a bunch of people, and I still had like a charcoal face mask on, just on my nose. Somehow I went the whole morning and didn't look at myself. Yeah.
Jesse, I'm desperately wanting you to tell us that this light, fun, bubbly character, and you're like, and that's one that's nothing like me. Rooting. So
yeah, none of these characters are like me.
This is also a question for everyone from Shawl. What thing have you learned from a Christmas movie?
Well, hey, Andrew, I learned how to make maple syrup taffy from you yesterday, the day before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never done
I
that
got
before.
This is a fall movie though, Nikki. Unless we change it next week, start changing things.
We
Fall
might.
movie, Christmas movie.
We might. I don't think
We're doing Christmas movies.
Christmas movie.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. I think just my appreciation for the holiday grows. You know, I just think that like when I'm doing a Christmas movie, I just realize how much I love Christmas and also the priorities over that holiday are also they change. You know, it's not the typical things. It's not about receiving gifts it's just about being together with family and the little things, you know, that you appreciate by being able to go home. If you can just get home to be with your family, that's the best gift ever, you know?
Oh yeah.
Just time spent with loved ones.
Absolutely.
I've learned that if you want to fall in love, go home to your small town hometown at Christmas. Somebody perfect just waiting for you.
You got it.
All my high school friends are like, "Oh no, please don't come home. We don't need you trolling around." Like, no. Yes, I do love that.
Ooh, okay. This question is from Jill in Maryland. Who was your first on-screen Hallmark kiss with? Your very first Hallmark movie.
Luke McFarlane.
Ariel Kebbel.
Antonio Cupo.
Oh, fun.
I have to look it up.
Okay, what was your most memorable Hallmark kiss?
You better say
Walker.
on the channel right now.
That was a long time ago. But I got it. Hold on.
Who is it?
Natalie Lisinska.
Ooh, Natalie. Okay.
You know that name?
I don't know.
Shawl? Don't act like you know that name.
I don't know her.
I'm just excited.
Oh,
Natalie.
Natalie's right here. Natalie, come say hi.
I remember seeing her. She's good. Yeah.
I love that we brought her on screen like an episode of This Is Your Life. Like, no, Jesse, we've got her right here.
We've got her right here. Bring her in, everybody. Bring her in.
Oh,
Pull her up to the screen.
oh, Natalie. Yay. Awesome. Very cool.
I like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. I do love that one too. Okay. So we have a fan who wants to know if you have a favorite Christmas treat.
Treat.
We
Like when you just make or eat. We're both.
They're like, I think they're called thumbprint cookies. They're like little peanut butter balls, and then you stick a chocolate kiss
Hershey
on the top. A Hershey kiss, right?
Yeah.
Those are good.
I like the popcorn that's like in 3 sections.
Yes.
There's like the cheese, the butter, and the caramel. And then it's wrapped in a tin, like a Christmassy decorated tin.
Oh yeah.
I have very fond memories of just eating the entire tin.
That's good.
Can I ask a follow-up about that, Jesse?
Please.
Do you find though that if you're putting your hands in all of the tins, then it's a situation where you're fine with that?
I would just take the partition right out and just mix them all together.
Pre-COVID days right there.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas treat is my in-laws make this from scratch eggnog, and it's got like 2 bottles of rum, a bottle of Bailey's, a bottle of something else. I don't know. Wow. It's amazing, and it's got this awesome frothiness in the top, and they whip the egg whites, and it's delicious. It's so good, and it's what I drink all day on Christmas.
It sounds potent.
It's potent. It's potent. Yeah.
Sounds like it takes you out.
Like a what?
Sounds like it sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it'll sneak up on you. Yeah. Cup 2, you're on the end of your second cup. You're like, woo! Woo! Christmas.
Sounds fun. I think I want to hang with Andrew.
Yeah.
The Walker family.
Nikki, did you share yours?
No, so my favorite is I have no baby. Hold on. He just got a new haircut.
What's up, Hudson?
Hey, Hudson.
Hey,
We're talking about favorite Christmas treats.
What's your favorite Christmas treat?
What is your favorite Christmas treat?
Maybe I forgot.
Okay. My favorite is my mom makes a sweet potato casserole that I now make as well, but we do it with pecans because in Georgia, my family lives on a pecan orchard, and it is.
Oh, now I remember.
What do you?
A gingerbread man.
Oh, gingerbread man.
Yeah, we do like to make gingerbread men, but so that's my favorite. We have it for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. I don't like a lot of sweets, so that for me is my dessert.
Oh, all of those. Anytime this question gets brought up, I just I'm hungry now.
What's yours?
What's mine?
Yeah.
What is mine? I mean, probably honestly, it's the traditional, just Christmas sugar cookies. There's just something about making those with your family, and ours are always they look crazy. They're never beautiful like the Hallmark Channel movie cookies. So they're always trying to make fun of everybody's messed up gingerbread man or so those are great. Jax, do you have one?
Yeah, what would you do?
I'm pretty thirsty after listening to Andrew's description. To be honest, it's
yeah.
Okay.
I did my teeth.
I'll take a messed up cookie any day. I can't strive for perfection. Shawl and I are very aligned on that. I'm it's a crumbly cookie, I'm there with you.
Messed up Christmas cookie. Gotta love it. Someone has asked, this is a fun one from Christine T. She asked, most embarrassing moment while filming a movie.
Oh,
filming a movie. I had after I had my first son, you get mommy brain, right? And I went back to work 5 weeks after I had him, and I had this monologue to deliver. This was on a show called I don't remember the name of the shows anymore. It was I don't know. It was set in the Hamptons, and I was playing a marathon runner, and I had this monologue to give, and I couldn't get through it. I never have trouble with remembering lines, and every single time I deliver it, I would get to the middle of it and I would lose my lines, and I ended up in tears because of it, because there was just nothing I could do. My brain was not working the same way. That was embarrassing.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that happens to me all the time, so I'm embarrassed about that. Of course. If I can get through it a couple times, then we're good. We're good. I don't know. I run real hot, so it has to be a sweaty moment where I was just there was a moment where it's supposed to be intense, just staring in each other's eyes. Nikki and I had a moment the other night where it's humid. It was humid in Winnipeg, and fortunately, Nikki and I know each other really well. But at the end of the take, she's like, "Oh my God, you're sweaty."
Just dripping through his.
I had 3 mosquitoes on the back of my neck. Okay, humidity. I had my motorcycle jacket on with a sweater, and it's humid. The sun's beating down, and I'm just dripping in sweat. And
his sweater is actually wet, and my arms are around him, and I'm and we're this, face to face, and my the sweat
moment
is coming
percolating between the two characters. I'm there's no way, she would call it. She'd be like, "Oh my God, you're sweaty."
I can't wait for everyone who's about to watch this movie when it comes out. It's like going behind the curtain of being like, Andrew was really sweaty when they.
Like a really funny one doesn't come to mind, but I did have to kickstart my character's motorcycle in Chesapeake Shores in a scene, and it was it's a really finicky old Triumph motorcycle, and I just couldn't do it. I like tried to kick the motorcycle over like 11 or 12 times, like on camera, and then I had like sweat, pouring off my forehead, and I just felt like such a joy. But I mean, it's not really that good.
Sweaty guys over here. That's what we're.
What's that? Yeah, I mean, the guys is probably all. Yeah, it kind of all centers on sweating. We sweat. Constantly sweating.
I fall a lot. I've fallen a lot. I mean, I even tripped the other night in our.
Yeah, she had a great trip as she was walking away, all like cute. And then she like gave a glance back, read her glance back. She tripped over the electrical cord. It was great. It was great.
There's lots of that. I know. I didn't. I should have. Actually,
she said this after. She's like, I should have just kept on walking.
Could have been good.
It could have been good, and I didn't. I just like started laughing so hard. But I do a lot of that stuff. I trip a lot. And sometimes they keep it like, and sometimes they're like, you got to go again because they don't want any of that business in here. Yeah. I've had a lot of things fall on my head. But that's par for the course with me. I mean, yeah.
I always welcome a Hallmark heroine who is doing these pratfalls or this madcap comedy. We like seeing that relatability, and I think Autumn and Nikki, you guys definitely always bring that humor and that relatability and that charm. And then we've got Andrew and Jesse bringing the sweat. So like we've got everything we need all rolled into one with the four of you guys. But Melissa wants to know, this is a question for everyone. Do you have a favorite Christmas song or carol?
I think mine's. Go ahead, Autumn.
Silent Night, I think, is just so beautiful. That's it.
Oh, Holy Night. I love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time it makes me cry. Just
Vince Guaraldi Trio O Tenenbaum.
Oh, yeah.
It's a jazzy one.
Did you guys like prep these answers or?
Yeah, you can always have a Mariah Carey.
Jingle Bells. Take Jingle Bells, Jesse.
Yeah, Jingle Bells, Mariah Carey.
Jingle Bell Rock is another good
Mariah Carey album.
The whole Christmas album. Okay.
Yeah, the whole album. Just throw it on. Good to go.
Yeah.
I have a question for those of you who have, like, Nikki, I know you finished Cranberry Christmas already. Jesse, you're starting. Andrew, you did one with Alicia. Autumn, I'm not sure yet if you've started, but can you give us any sort of little sneak peek about your movies coming up this season? Nikki, I know yours is it's a married couple, right?
Yeah, it's a married couple, which was so fun to be able to do. They often want to see people fall in love for the first time. And it was really cool to be able to play a married couple who are trying to just figure out what the rest of their lives are going to look like, to either together or not together. Because I feel it's just really relatable, and we need more of those stories, because there are a lot of people that are married watching Hallmark. And also it was also ended up being a really nice blueprint for how a lot of us don't know how to communicate, the art of communication. That was this couple's like biggest struggle, was like, trying to figure out how to communicate with each other. And I think that, if I'm watching it and I'm struggling with my husband or my wife, I can go, oh yeah, actually there's these tools that we can use. They're called talking, and
or listening.
Or listening. Yes, exactly. Or listening, especially listening. And we can get there, you know. So that was really nice.
Very cool.
Nikki and I did a movie about a married couple, actually, A Dream for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
One of my favorites to date.
I love that movie.
Yeah. The one with Alicia, I didn't know this, but I guess most of Alicia's Christmas movies, she also incorporates her music. So I got to witness her playing the piano and singing, and it was just, you know, it was amazing. What like great component to the movie. And I play a developer that comes in and tries to develop a couple blocks of a small town, and she puts on she tries to raise money to save the street, and through this music festival, and yeah, it was. So we shot it in Utah, and it was surrounded by mountains. It was supposed to take place in Denver. It was a beautiful setting, and you get a lot of Alicia's music in there too. So it's.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's great.
Very cool. What about you, Jesse? Have you started yet?
No, I just wrapped last night.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I wrapped last night at like midnight.
A Christmas one, Jesse?
No, the third Martha's Vineyard Mystery. The third installment, Ships in the Night. Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be good. Yeah, there's a lot of action and a lot of funny moments, and yeah, a lot of cool stuff happens.
Is there any romance in that one?
There actually is. Yeah, the romance really ratchets up between Jeff and Z. They get a little bit closer in this one.
Okay.
They have a moment.
Okay. Nice.
Moment.
We've been waiting for it.
Yeah, no, I love making these movies. Actually, they're really cool.
Shawl
and I always love a good mystery, and we're on the case. And Jackie Shawl is the character in your series.
You guys are so well represented.
We're so happy.
It's not even funny.
We love Chelsea Hobbs, and
Chelsea Hobbs is amazing.
She's a great Jackie Shawl.
It's so hilarious. And yeah, we have some great scenes in this one. Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
We thought there might have been a love triangle, but
well, yeah, her and the lead, female, don't like each other. I won't mince words. There's some serious beef between these two ladies, and yeah, it definitely rears its ugly head again in Ships in the Night. Yeah, we have some awkward moments between these two. They really don't like each other. They're fighting over.
Okay.
It happens.
All right. Whew. I'm excited now. Okay, there's going to be lots happening. There's action, there's some drama, romance. Here for it all. Autumn, have you started working on anything yet?
Not yet. They've been talking about 2 different projects, so we'll see what ends up happening.
Okay, well, we can't wait. This is a great question. Sort of another deeper question here. To all, what advice would you give to your 13-year-old self? This is from Chandel Ali.
Something popped right into my head. It'll pass. I think when you're a kid, I mean, it's just like you think that, if you're in a bad phase or a bad moment, you think it's never going to end, or you think things are never going to be different in the future, or you're never going to grow out of something, and I was always wrecked emotionally, when I was like a young teenager. Little did I know that, I'd kind of be living the life of my dreams, and be super happy, So, but being a young teen is like, it's tough, and probably even tougher now, in 2020. I mean, just the social media and everything, it's just so insane for kids. I mean, it's just so hard.
Yeah.
So,
I would say get into a hot yoga class, dude. Because yoga has honestly, it's like
Were you a little fatty?
Or was I a little, no. It's been the catalyst to this whole like new world, this life that I feel like I've been doing yoga now for 11 years. And it's completely aligned everything in my life in so many different ways, spiritually and emotionally. It's also helped me with my flexibility and my strength and just my, breathing and through all the stressful moments. So I feel like that was like a moment for me. I definitely have like faith in, God, and I grew up as a Christian in Christian Science, which is, I'm not practicing Christian Scientist anymore, but it really helped me with like mind over matter stuff. And I never took medication and all this stuff. So I had this, I think 13-year-old me, I was so fast. Everything was so fast. I was always like, okay, what's next? And I juggled so many things, and I was doing so many different sports, and I just didn't like the appreciation for things, which I think is across the board at 13-year-olds. But I think if you can implement some sort of like meditation or yoga with kids at a younger age, it'll open up this whole world of just slowing down and appreciating things and just like breathing through difficult moments and trust in yourself and respect. Because really, ultimately, yoga was a group of people that were kind of these like rebels from society that wanted to love the planet, each other. And I think it's just like, it breeds a better human in a way, So I think that I just think that, meditation or yoga, I'd be like, exercise, but also it's mainly just, exercise a better way of thinking.
Andrew, I gotta say, Shawl and I have been lucky enough to meet you a few times. You're such an open, positive, amazing person. And I do love picturing, though, 13-year-old Andrew Walker, and then you coming back now and him being like, yes, that sounds great, I'll do it. What is hot yoga? I'll do whatever you say, but tell me what it is. So I just had this great so much more of that, because in my mind, it was like a darling little movie to watch. And your positivity, it's infectious. So I just love that.
Autumn, do you have one?
I was going to say something really similar to Andrew's. Adding meditation or anything that would have taken me from the external to the internal, to add more of that into it, because I was like, go, 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 always on the move, so many activities. And I really needed to balance that with some introspection. I think everybody needs a balance of both. And I would have loved to give meditation to my tool to my younger self. So I agree with Andrew.
Wow. Nikki?
Oh my gosh. It's like so much. There's so much. I would be like, it's about to get crazy. Like real crazy. And there's gonna be I would get real honest at first, and I'd be like, it's gonna be hard. There are gonna be some things that you're gonna go through in your life that are gonna be really, really hard. But we are not promised to live a life that is easy. It's also, if you can stay open, like really open. Shaw, you and I've talked about this, and it's my thing.
Yeah.
If you could just pry yourself open as you go through all of it, like that's where the miracles are. That's where the magic is. That's where the growth is. That's where the transformation is. That's where the self-worth is. Because it all starts there. There's a lot of things I would say, like, don't let your self-worth, be dependent on external forces, all of that. But like, if it really just starts with just like being able to walk through life and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and open, and then you're going to find that even in those really hard times, you're going to see such beauty inside of it. You're going to know that you're going to be okay on the other side, Yeah.
I feel like I need to take all that advice right now, too. Yeah. I mean, you're telling your 13-year-old self, and I'm like telling myself, like right now, I'm like all this, and be like, what? Yeah. Thank you so much.
This is a fun one from Jill. She wants to know, how much do you decorate your home for Christmas? Do you go all out like in our Christmas movies?
Oh, good question.
I don't. I feel like it's sacrilegious to say that working for Hallmark. But what I do is I get a live tree. I get the same tree delivered every year, and it's in a pot, and these men come and bring it in, and then I decorate the tree, and that's it. It's the only decoration I have.
Keep it simple. You're making movies.
Centerpiece. I like it.
I'm looking forward to going to buy a tree. Going to buy a tree, you know, going to buying a wreath, you know, decorating the tree. I think it's super super cool, super fun. But I don't go crazy. I've never done lights on a house that I've owned before, but I look forward to that. I think that's something that maybe you do once you have a family, which I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never really had the ability to, because my wife and I, we lived in this 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo for so many years. We poured so much money into this business that we had in Los Angeles. So we didn't have a house, so we couldn't do that. But last year we finally bought a house, and so last year we had December 18th, our second son was born, and we had all of our family come out from Montreal, both sides, stay with us. And so I did it up. I was on the roof, stapling lights. We got like 2 trees. I did wreath. I lit every part of that house up. I lit it up. And so I'm going to do it even more this year, I think.
Oh, what a celebration. That's
I was making up for all the lost years.
What about you, Nikki?
We do, yeah. We like to go for, I mean, my whole thing is just adding every year, you know? So like, I don't feel like I'm going out and spending a ton of money on, you know, a bunch of stuff. So I add every single year, and we've accumulated quite a few boxes of Christmas things that need to be hung. Yeah, I love it. I do. I love it.
So great. Nothing like it. Nothing like having a decorated house. It's so much fun.
Yes.
And finally, before we let you guys go, we want to know, what is your Christmas wish? For this year.
For the pandemic to be over. Can I wish
That's
that?
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's exactly what I was going to say too. For an end to the pandemic or a vaccine, like, let's just like get out of this as fast as we can, please, and as safe as we can.
Yeah, I have a few. Probably I can't say, you know, here on. There's a couple wishes that I'm hoping for in 2021 and beyond. But yeah, one is the pandemic and other things. But yeah, just happier. I want everyone to just have a good spirit, you know, coming into 2021. Just let's come together and support each other, and you know, just feel you know the positivity that we all know that is out there.
Preferably someplace warm.
Yeah.
Well, I think y'all are going to usher us into that with all of your amazing Christmas movies, which bring so much joy, so much positivity, so much just goodness to all of us. And we so appreciate you taking the time to make them and share those stories, because they mean so much to us and all the fans who wrote in these questions. Of course, it means a lot to them too. So we can't thank y'all enough for taking the time, and fans for questions. And Merry Christmas, you guys. We can't
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
We're getting there. And sorry to all the fans that didn't answer questions. We didn't have time to answer questions, but you know, I think you can talk to us individually in the next little bit too. So you know. Yeah.
So yeah, don't forget, don't miss. You can get your autographs still, your personal one-on-ones. I mean, you can literally sign up right until the time. So don't miss out. There's a banner on the bottom here that you can click on, or you can go to that'sforentertainment.com. With a 4 in it. That's forentertainment.com. So you can get all of those experiences with your favorite celebrity guests, like some of these guys.
Awesome.
So thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank
everybody.
you,
Thanks everyone for watching. Merry Christmas.
So much.
Thank
See you
you.
later, Autumn. See you later, Jesse. Bye, Shawl.
Bye,
Jack.
guys. Bye.
See you Tuesday.